Jagex has been releasing a number of extremely well-received updates in the past couple of years. However, with all these new updates, there are items that are bound to be forgotten about and fall by the wayside. I want to talk specifically about the Inquisitor's armor set, which has unfortunately fallen into this category. The Inquisitor's armor set was released alongside the Nightmare boss back in February of 2020. People were afraid of devaluing Bandos armor, so this was seen as a crushed side grade. After a few changes to the armor set, it now sits at these stats with a 0.5% damage and accuracy boost per armor piece for the crush style. If the full set is worn, it will give an additional 1% for a total of 2.5%. But if using the Inquisitor's mace, the additional 1% is removed and each piece will be 2.5% for a total of 7.5%. It's confusing how it works, but it is essential to know how the armor works to try and find a fix for it. It is also to be noted that this 2.5% bonus on the rest of the other crush weapons in the game, like the Dragon Hunter Lance or the Abyssal Bludgeon, will only give it an additional 1 max hit over Bandos armor. That third piece of armor locking out the full set effect is also quite brutal, as that third piece makes up for about 60% of the set effect. So if you're on a Slayer task, you're going to lose this. As mentioned prior, all the new updates that have been added into the game have quickly made Inquisitors irrelevant. Yama and Oathplate being a shorter grind than Inquisitors and having better stats, and a more relevant attack style have completely killed the armor. Not only that, but the original Dragon Warhammer special attack bonuses from Inquisitors have become quite irrelevant due to the buff to the Elder Maul. I do think the Elder Maul changes were very good, but it did lead to the Inquisitors falling off even more. Besides the armor having a poor set bonus, bad drop rate, and the stats overall aren't very good, the lack of bosses having crush weaknesses is what really catapults Inquisitor's armor 6 feet under. Very few bosses in the game right now are weak to crush, and a majority of the ones that are weak to crush are Slayer bosses, so you don't even wear the helmet and then the set effect goes completely out the window. So now comes the biggest question: how do we fix the armor? The biggest suggestion I've seen is a combination of Justice Shard and Inquisitor's armor to make a fortified Inquisitor's armor. I don't particularly like this idea, as it makes the already long grind of Inquisitors even longer to just bring it up to par with things like Oathplate. Not only that, but we have seen the issues of fortification scape in Missouri and Pegasian boots, where one piece of the fortification will make the other one almost irrelevant in terms of cost. If there was to be some sort of fortification process, I would like to see that be on the Inquisitor's mace, but I'll get into that more later. I think the best way moving forward for this armor and the set effect would be just to give it an outright buff. First, the set effect needs to give a full 5% when not using the mace. This would be up from the 2.5% initially. The set effect needs to work like the crystal armor and the Bofa, where each piece of armor will buff a crush weapon evenly and not lock a huge portion of DPS behind a final piece. The armor also needs a strength bonus increase. As it currently stands, it has the same strength bonus as Blood Moon, a mid-game armor that is a fraction of the time of Inquisitors. Increasing the strength bonus to a total of 15 strength bonus, the helm getting an additional 2, the body getting an additional 1, and the legs an additional 2. This will push the armor as the glass cannon approach that really was meant to be. This will also allow it to sit nicely in terms of strength bonus between Bandos and a face guard and the Torva armor set. This will also allow for more variety in gameplay between having more defense with Oathplate or Bandos armor, or wearing Inquisitors to gain more strength bonus. Removing the negative attack bonuses in the non-crush styles could also be done, but I think adding the negatives to Oathplate could make it more straightforward on where each armor should be used. Now comes the issue of buffing the Inquisitor's armor: the Scythe. With these given buffs, it would make the Scythe incredibly strong on the crush style, which is not even its primary style. Removing the crush style from the Scythe would be the next step, but this is also where the fortification of the Inquisitor's mace could come in. I could easily see some type of new addition to the mace that could turn it into the flail that Jagex teased when the Nightmare was being released. This could be done similar to the upgrade Zenyte Jeweler with an untradeable combined with the mace to make it a tradable drop. If only some of these are to be added, I would like to see new mechanics from bosses that could help make this armor more relevant. We've already seen weight play a factor against the new Griffin Slayer boss. Maybe having a lower defense could play into account against a boss as well. And that's my proposal on fixing the Inquisitor's armor. If you have any ideas or critiques yourself, please leave them in a comment down below. I'd love to start a discussion about this. And if you want to see more videos like this one or my progress series, please subscribe to the channel.